Hi there, I'm Julia from the Food and Nutrition Program at the Latin American Youth Center. And today I am going to talk about beans, and I'm going to show you how to make a bean dip. Now, beans are a great food. Whether you get them canned, dried, or you buy something made out of them, they're really healthy. They show up in all different cultures and all different foods. They're in stews, they're in curries, they're in beans and rice, and for good reason. They're full of fiber. That's really good for your digestion. It's good for feeling full. They're full of protein, which is a lean protein. It means there's not a lot of fat, and they're really healthy. They help you grow muscles. They help you get shinier hair. They help your fingernails be stronger. And they're really good for lowering cholesterol, which means they're going to be good for your whole system. Now, today, I'm going to use canned beans. There are a lot of ways to get beans. You can get dried beans like these that are really, they feel like pebbles. They're dry to the touch. I have some dried garbanzo beans right here, and this is them in canned form. When they're dried, they have to be cooked for a long time to be able to make something out of them that's edible. But if you have canned beans, they're ready to go. That means they're pre-cooked. They're just packed in a can and easy, ready to go. I like using canned beans for a lot of things. They stay in your pantry for a long time. They're not expensive, and like I said, they're super healthy. Now, one of the most common bean dips that you might run into is one called hummus. Hummus is really common in Mediterranean food, but it also shows up now all over the place. It's made out of chickpeas like these, and they're blended with a few other ingredients like tahini, which is sesame seeds, sometimes olive oil, sometimes garlic. But a lot of people think that that's the only kind of bean dip you can make. Actually, you can make bean dip out of pretty much any kind of bean. Today, I'm going to use this white bean. They're called cannellini or white kidney beans. They're a little bit bigger than white navy beans, but they're basically the same thing. And like I said, pretty much any bean can be turned into a bean dip really easily, and it's a really yummy way to eat it. So, the first step for our bean dip is to open this can and then drain and rinse our beans. Okay. The liquid that beans are packed in has a lot of sodium in it, has a lot of salt, and that's not great for our health. Luckily, the beans are the part that we want, so we actually can pour them out, drain and rinse them, get a lot of that off of there, and then they're super healthy. Let's go over to the sink. Okay, here we are. I have a strainer here. I'm just gonna pour my beans right in there. Make sure they all come out. I don't wanna waste any, there we go. And then I'm just gonna run some cold water over them. Let that water run off. Now, even if the beans you buy say low sodium or low salt, it's still worth doing this. It gets some of the extra salt off there, and they're ready to use. So I have my beans. That's the basis of my bean dip. That's why it's called a bean dip. And I'm gonna put them right in my food processor. Make sure you can see that. In they go. Now, along with that, I'm gonna put a couple cloves of garlic. I had a head of garlic, I've taken some pieces off it. I'm gonna get a couple more off here. Now, we don't eat the papery part that the garlic comes kind of wrapped in. So I'm just gonna peel that off. And because it's going in the blender, if you want, you can cut it ahead of time, but I'm just gonna throw the whole thing in. That was one. Okay, here's our other one. 2 cloves of garlic. To this, I am gonna add some fresh herbs. I have cilantro, that's what was in my fridge right now. You could also use parsley. Either way, it's gonna add a lot of fresh, nice flavor to our bean dip. Cilantro and parsley, but especially cilantro, it's important to rinse it really well because sometimes it picks up sediment when it grows. That's like the soil comes with it up into the leaves. So it's important to wash it really well. Oh, there's a yucky spot. Perfect. Okay, we have our beans, we have our garlic, we have our cilantro. Now I'm gonna add some lemon juice. You could add lemon or lime, any kind of citrus that's gonna give it a little kick. I have a half a lemon here. I'm putting it in my fancy squeezer because I think it's really fun. You don't have to. You could totally just squeeze it in your hand. Woo! Powerful. You want about 2 tablespoons of lemon or lime juice. Let's get rid of this mess. Okay, gonna add some salt. I like to pour it in my hand first so I can control how much goes in there. Way too much in my hand, so I'm just gonna do a pinch. Looks good. And some pepper. This one I can shake. Lovely. And I'm gonna put some olive oil in. This is what's gonna help make it really creamy. I'm gonna start with just a little, something I can add more of later, but I don't wanna add more than I really need. Got my lid. Let's start it, see how we did. You can see how quickly this went from whole beans with pieces of stuff in there into a nice blended mix. Now it's up to you what texture you like. I'm gonna take a look at how it's doing. Got a spoon right here. Just gonna give it a little stir. It's looking good. I can see some whole beans. I can see some whole leaves. It's a little thick. I'm gonna put a drizzle more olive oil. And let it blend a little more. That's looking pretty good. This is my favorite part. It's time to taste it, see how it is. It's pretty good. I'm gonna add a little bit of spices. Now, you don't have to. This is plenty of flavor, but in my house, we like things a little spicy. So I'm gonna put a little cayenne pepper in, because that's something I like. Again, up to you. I also think that cumin, the spice cumin, is a really good addition to these. I also think mine could use a pinch more salt. So I'm gonna add that too. Making bean dips, it's fun and it's really about getting it to the taste that you like. That means adding the spices you like, adding the herbs you like, or just letting it be simple. Let's mix those in. Looks beautiful. Let's get it out of here so I can show you what we've done. Okay, here it is. Now, bean dips are great because you can eat them a bunch of different ways. If you want, you can use them as a dip for veggies, like if you have some baby carrots, or chips, or pita chips, or whatever you have around that you like to dip things with. It's also really good on sandwiches, on quesadillas, on burritos, adding it in. But one of my favorite ways to eat it is just on its own on a piece of toast. Sometimes I even have that for breakfast. Take a piece of toast, spread it on nice and thick, and have it to go. The beans make it really creamy. The lemon and the fresh herbs give it a lot of flavor, so it really kind of wakes you up. I think that's some of the cayenne pepper too. It's quick, it's easy, it's a great use for beans. It's something you'll be snacking on all week. I really encourage you to make it. You can do it with chickpeas, you can do it with white beans like I did, It's really good with black beans. It's good with whatever you've got.